Right, welcome to Atimise Maths Academy. The topic, we are still on the series, complex numbers. In our previous videos, I've solved conjugates under what? Complex number. And we solved one example there. And we want to continue the second example, the second part of it on this video. Now, let's continue. Now, if you go to my previous video, I've already explained what these symbols are. So we'll dive straight to the point. Now, let's first of all solve for z plus z star. This one is the conjugate. So the conjugate of this z star will be root 5 plus 3i 5. That should be the conjugate. So if we are solving for this plus, this implies that we'll have bracket open, the original value minus 3i 5 plus its conjugate. The conjugate is root 5 plus 3i root 5. Now, like I told you in our previous video, we are going to add them up. So let's add. We'll bring this first value out, which is root 5 minus 3i root 5. Use this plus to open a bracket. You have plus root 5 plus 3i root 5. Now observe. This, if you add this, remember in sort, if a number is if a value just have only root, know that there is one in the front. There is a one number there. So, but observe this I. This 3i5, this is plus, and this one is minus. So this we cancel this. So we end up having is equal to what? 2 root 5 as our final answer. How do we get the 2? There is 1 here. When you add this 1 plus this 1, it will give you 2. Since they are common according to sort rule, common sorts add up. So since they are common roots, they add up. Since they are common, they add up. There's 1 here plus this one gives us 2 roots. Now let's go to z times its conjugate. Now I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to do. I want to use the original one to multiply its conjugate. So you always put it in a bracket. Root 5 minus 3i root 5 times its conjugate root 5 plus 3i root 5. Now, since it is multiplication, you're going to use this root 5 to multiply everything here. Then you're going to use minus I root 5 to multiply everything again. This is how we do it. 5 times this. Now, in sort, when same root multiply, you pick what is inside. What I mean is that you know that 5 times 5 will give us 25. And the square root of 25 is 5. So root 5 times root 5 will give us 5. You use this same one to multiply this. Now, if you check very well, this one will affect what is here. To give us plus 3i times, when you multiply this, it will give us times 5. Times 5. Right? How do we come about it? This, remember there is 1 here. 1 times 3 is same that 3i. Then this times this 5. And I told you if the same roots multiply, they will give you 5. So after doing that, you use this one. You know you have used this one to multiply everything now. You now use this one again to multiply the first one. If you multiply this, you have minus 3i 5. How do you get the 5? What we did here is, what we did for this to this is what we did here. You put a times there. Now, you use the same one to multiply this other value again. When you multiply this other value, watch what want to happen here. It will be like 3, that is minus 3 times 3i. Watch. This is minus 3 already, right? This 3i times 3i will give us 9i squared. This 5 times this one will give us times 5. So let's come to this other part. Now, if you check very well, these two will cancel each other. This will cancel this. You will now have 5 minus 9i squared times 5, which will give us 5 minus 9. Remember, I squared is same thing as minus 1. And this minus here is in front of this. So you have minus 1. All right, so what we got here was this. Now let's get the expression done. If we use this times this minus, automatically will give us 5 plus 9 times 5, which will give us equals to 5 plus 5 times 9 will give us 45. And when we add it up, we end up having 50 as our final answer.